Accompanied with your product in the pack with the operating manual, you will find the data installation disc. There is no license to purchase, so you can install the disc into as many PCs as required. Place the disc into the CD drive and follow the installation instructions. When the installation is complete, you will find an icon appear on your desktop. Double-click on this icon and your first page will open. This is the page you use to download the data from your device. You can see three tabs: Get New Data, Load Data from File, and Import Data from PDF. If you have the Bluetooth management system and you have downloaded the data into the PDA, connect the PDA to your computer. Once the PDA has synced, click on the Import Data from PDA tab and the saved data will be downloaded into this SpeedSentry data analysis file. If you are downloading using the serial cable, once the cable is attached to your PC, click on the Get New Data tab. Once downloaded, you will be asked to save the data. Our suggestion is you save it in the name of the road and the direction, i.e. north, south, east or west. Including the direction will allow you to compare data taken at different time periods. For this demonstration, we will open data from the saved data file. When downloading data or opening a saved file, this bar will flash. The first page that opens is the volume by speed page. As you can see, this page tells you the date that the sign was out and the speed limit of the road. We may have problems with this road. As you can see, it's a 25-mile-an-hour road and we have people in the 50, 60 and 70-mile-an-hour range. This first page is an analysis of all the days the sign was out in hour blocks and the number of vehicles in 10-mile-an-hour ranges. This page can be printed by clicking on the Print Table tab. Scrolling down to the bottom of the page, you can see a vehicle count in each of the blocks and the percentage of vehicles. You can also look at individual days just by clicking on the Date tab. Scrolling down for that individual day will also give you the number of vehicles that passed during that day and the percentage of vehicles. We can also look at a selected range. By clicking on the Select Range tab, we can pick dates. For this demonstration, I'm going to pick the 23rd and the 24th. Now we're looking at weekend traffic, just a Saturday and Sunday. As you can see, most of the vehicles in the 40 to 50 and 70 mile an hour range has now disappeared. We can therefore assume that our residents are not too bad and it is commuter traffic. Alternatively, you might look at a Saturday and Sunday near a shopping mall and find that all the vehicles and the speeding of the vehicles has now appeared where previously they had not been in the. Clicking back onto the All Days tab, you may wish to see the time of the day when the largest number of vehicles was exceeding the speed limit. Say 9 you find, 10 you mine. Click on the Edit Speed Bins and you can now change the speeds in each of the bins. So I'm going to click on and change that to 35 and just show you that you can change any of these bins. I'm going to change that to 26. Again, when you make changes, this tab here at the bottom will flash to show you that the data is now being analysed. All Traffic Solutions data can take over 2 million pieces of information, so this may take a short while to reanalyse. As you can now see, we can look down the 35 to 60 tab and see when the largest number of vehicles were passing by and target our enforcement for those particular periods. As you can see, we also changed the 21 to 26 file and that's also giving us an analysis of vehicles that were passing by. Again, by scrolling down to the bottom of the page, we can see the number of vehicles that were actually travelling between 35 and 60 and the percentage of vehicles in that block. By clicking on the Settings History tab, this will tell you how the sign was programmed. So again, This will allow you to set the sign at exactly the same programming when comparing data taken at different time periods. The volume by date tab will give you an approximate traffic count. We say an approximate count as if you put the sign out with road tubes, you have to run over the tubes to record. Our sign may pick up a vehicle from 1200 feet. The vehicle may therefore turn off before it reaches the sign. So when you put any radar speed display sign out with road tubes, the traffic count always looks a little high, but it will show you trends. By going back to the Received Data tab, you now see a full report of the analysis. It will give you the speed of the road, the average speed of the road, what 50% of the vehicles were doing, the 10-mile-an-hour pace. This pace is approximately what 70% of the motorists travelled at in a 10-mile-an-hour grouping. This is called the pace, which generally covers all but the fastest 15% and the slowest 15%. As you can see, the fastest speed detected on that road was 128 miles an hour, and the 85 percentile speed is 37 miles an hour. The 85 percentile speed is the speed at or below which 85% of the motorists drive on a given road unaffected by slower traffic or poor weather. This speed indicates the speed that most motorists on the road consider safe and reasonable under ideal conditions. It is a good guideline for the approximate speed limit for that road. If you wish to see what 40% of the vehicles were doing, just to change the 85 to 40. And press recalculate. As you can see, that 85 has now changed to 40%, and 40% of the vehicles were doing 20 miles an hour. This file can also be emailed to any appropriate person by selecting the file as an attachment. The recipient, however, must have installed the data and analysis disk to enable them to read the file. Going back to the Volume by Speed tab, by clicking the Export Table tab, this will export the data into Excel. I'm just saving the data onto my desktop. Reducing that, double click on the icon. As you can see, the data is now opened into Excel. By clicking on the chart wizard and clicking whichever chart or column you wish, we can then create a graph. By going through the and putting the dimensions in. Obviously this is not an accurate graph, but when you print it off, only this area prints. The rest of the stuff behind it does not. We hope this short demonstration has given you an insight into the capabilities of All Traffic Solutions data analysis.